Good morning, friends. How are we doing? Welcome back to another exciting day in Empires and Puzzles. And today brings us a brand new event to Empires and Puzzles. The Alliance Quest, The Brave and the Beautiful, has arrived. So this is a little bit anticipated. We knew this was coming. It was going to be introducing some new characters from the Beauty and the Beast series that they'll be doing now. And it's also giving us costumes for the good old-fashioned musketeers. So a lot of fun stuff to do here, but more importantly, let's get into some five-star videos. I will probably split these up. I usually do. So let's go ahead and start at the top with the brand new characters, and then we'll get into the rest. The first one up for today will be the Beast. All right, so there's probably going to be a lot of things to look into for this. So let's get started at the very top here. We have Monk class, which is pretty useful. I do like the ability to resist things, so no complaints there. Under the family bonus, let's see what they're all about. Heroes of the family gain humility to cast a strong version of their special skill. Different heroes have different humility requirements. When the hero casts the strong version of their special skill, only the required amount of humility is consumed. Maximum humility is 100. Now, there will be a bonus for 1, 2, or 3 unique heroes of the same family. All right, so this hero gains 15, 17, or 20 humility when receiving direct damage from special skills. And it also says this hero gains 20, 22, 25% humility when receiving direct healing from special skills as well. So basically, whenever they take damage from specials, they gain humility. Whenever they get healed from specials, they gain humility. So how much humility they gain is based off the number of heroes you're stacking from the family. But regardless, it looks like the gap isn't super large. So for one hero, it's 15 humility, then 3 heroes 20. So there's a 5 humility difference. It's not too crazy. So at least even if you only have one of these guys, you should be stacking humility at a fairly decent clip. Now, we'll look into what this humility means. But for now, let's get into the passives. All right, so first one up is Revival Health Reduction. All enemies have 50% health, have negative 50% health when revived. Boss enemies are not affected. Okay, so clearly, this is a jab at Resurrection. We used to have a Resurrection passive in the old Bard family that reduced the chance to be resurrected, but they then released a bunch of res effects that were not affected by that passive. So here's the new anti-res passive. And it says, instead of stopping you from resing, we are going to res you with 50% less health. This should make it a lot easier to kill the people who are resurrected, so that's cool. Can't really complain about that. Next up, we have heal when ailment expires or is cleansed. This character receives 10% health each time a status ailment expires or is cleansed, removed, or reallocated from them. This effect can activate only once per turn. Okay, so this is similar to the old Opera event heroes. They had the same style of passive where they just were able to get health when they were cleansing off effects, or they were cleansed off them, etc. Yeah. So then finally, the last one is Beautiful Inside. So this one says, whenever this character would take damage from a status ailment, they recover that much health instead. Okay. I'm sorry. I probably should have looked at these guys on the test server before they came out. That one took me a second. That's like a slight amount of stunned silence. So this guy actually wants debuffs, right? Like, go ahead and put status ailments on him because he is going to turn that damage over time into healing over time, making this guy very hard to kill. I mean, there's a lot of status ailments out there doing damage, and this guy, he's not just taking no damage from them, he's literally flipping the script and turning them all into heal over times, which, I mean, okay. All right, which won't necessarily create humility because it won't be direct healing, right? I guess there's that. Like, I was just thinking, I'm like, is that going to stack his humility like a madman? But it's not direct healing. It's still just going to make this guy very tanky because of all the damage that's going to inadvertently turn to healing on him. All right, so then we have a rage skill here. If you go ahead and Aether Power him, that's just basically attack up. It's just a different version of it. It starts at 15%, gets stronger for each hit he takes. Whatever, that's fine. It's still nice to have. What kind of special are we looking at? Well, let's see. We've got Dinner with the Beast operating at slow speed. This is a type of special that has 2 effects. So remember, the first effect that we're going to cover is the enhanced effect that will happen only if this caster has 35 or more humility. So there will be a weaker effect to come, but let's go ahead and start at the top. It says it deals 430% damage to 6 enemies. 400 to 6. Okay. All hit targets get negative 54 defense against Dark for 4 turns. Enemies hit automatically cast Mindless Attack on a random enemy when their mana is at full for 4 turns. The caster regenerates 1200 boosted health over 4 turns. Boosted health can exceed max HP. Okay. that's a lot, right? Like, okay, so let's talk about the fact that we're talking about 6 hits at 430% damage. Um, I mean, that's a sizable amount of damage, no matter how you look at it. I think this guy will be great for Titans, great for other effects too. Like, and the reason I specifically am pointing out that he's probably great against Titans is he's also putting his elemental defense down on, right? So, like, let's say you use this guy. One, he's smacking the Titan 6 times for 430% damage. But if you get him off again, like use mana pots, whatever, then he's going to do that same 6 hits again, but this time with a negative 54% defense against Dark, whacking the Titan even harder. He's also casting Mindless Attack on whoever gets hit by these. So, like, if you're fighting an opposing team, he does 6 random hits, there's a good chance he puts Mindless on the entire enemy team. But like let's say he stacks hits and misses a couple, it's still probably at least 3 out of 5 are going to get hit with Mindless Attack, right? Like, I mean, that's pretty cool. That's fine. He also then regenerates 1200 boosted health over 4 turns. That's going to stack on top of whatever healing he's getting from any status ailments that would be on him as well. So, I mean, this guy to me screams tank, right? Like, go ahead and put him in your tank spot. He's going to get a ton of healing. He's going to probably go off more often. He's going to be casting mindlesses. This guy just seems like a bit of a headache. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to do with this guy. He seems like a pain so far. Okay, but let's. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry for the yawns. It's just very early. There's just 3 videos to get out today, so I'm trying to get into it. So, okay, next up, let's go look at what he does without his humility. Otherwise, he's dealing 430% damage to 5 enemies. All hit targets will get negative 40 defense against Dark for 4 turns, and the caster regenerates 1,000 boosted health over 4 turns, and it can exceed max HP. All right, so that's still pretty strong, right? Like 430% to 5 targets. It still gets the elemental defense down, still healing, not quite as much, but 1,000 versus 1,200, that's not like the biggest difference. Obviously, the huge difference is the casting the mindless attacks, right? So he's only going to cast mindless on his target's hit, and if he has 35 humility. Shouldn't be too hard to get to 35 from what I can tell. So I'm not super worried about him doing that the majority of the time. He's just, yeah, I mean, he's very, very strong. Like, I really like this guy. I think he'll be a great tank. I think I'm going to hate fighting him because odds are I will most likely go up against him. More likely that's going to be the case than me actually pulling him. But regardless, yeah, let's give him his rating. Let's go ahead and give this guy, I'm going to say a 9 out of 10. I mean, he's built exactly the way you want him to be built. He's going to be very strong. He's going to hit tons of targets. He's going to probably cast mindless most of the time on all of his hit targets. He's going to be healing himself like crazy. He's a monk to help resist things, but you almost don't want him to resist things because those status ailments could flip. I don't, I mean, heck, I'm giving him a 9 out of 10, but like, we'll have to see how he functions. Maybe something in here doesn't warrant a 9 out of 10, but I just don't see it. Like, he does so much. He's reducing health on resurrects. He's getting healing from status elements expiring. He's getting healing from status elements flipping. He's getting healing from his own special going off. Boosted health. Like, it's a ton of additional healing packed into a character that packs a massive punch. So yeah, 9 out of 10 is fine. Let's move on to our next targets. It's just a lot to absorb and think about in one moment. So awesome. Thanks for joining, guys. Again, if you like what I do, bottom right, there's a little button there. Click subscribe. You can find me later. And yeah, I've got 2 more videos, so let's get into it.